Good evening. How everyone doing today? God is good and God is good all the time. It's a beautiful day out here today. I got some news to give you all today. Um, and a lot of update. So first we're gonna talk about the mastermind behind the bombing, Kabup Airport, and this happened like August of 2021. You know, Taliban killed Asmat State mastermind of suicide bombing at Kabup Airport. So Taliban had killed the citizen, a Muslim, that stated group leader behind the August of 21 suicide bombing outside of Kabup. So airport. So they left 13 United States service members. You know, and about 170 was dead. So according to the father of the Marines that killed in the attack, who was briefly Tuesday by military officials, over the weekend, the United States military began to inform families. So they start informing the families of 11 Marines, the soldiers that were killed in the blast are Abbey, Gate, and those family members share the information in a private group, according to the mother of another Marines. So this case happened like 2021. But now they have someone was the mastermind behind this whole suicide bombing. So the account from the family, to the Associated Press, was confirmed that by three United States officials and senators of Congress, who spoke, on a condition to discuss details had not yet been made public. So the identity has not yet, been released. So Taliban killed is a leader behind the Kabup Airport bombing. So this person here was behind the whole bombing. So it took them a couple of years, but they got the person that was behind the whole massacre. So and they probably gonna still be investigating everything if the person was by themselves or they was with someone else. But so far to have the person who was the mastermind behind this whole suicide bombing. Okay, so we also gonna talk about the update. Like I said, have some updates. Also, we talk about Harry Belafonte. We talked about him yesterday. He had dispatched yesterday morning. He was an American singer. He was an actor, a successful Jamaican, American pop star of his time. His songs, which was marked as a musical style. He had an international audience. He had everyone, any race, everyone was watching him, in the 1950s. His breakthrough, was an album that was the first million selling. So his first album, was million. And that was kind of, that was kind of hard to do back then, but he embraced, international artists, and so he was born March the 1st, 1927. He departed on yesterday, April the 25th of 2023. So he died at the age of 96 years old, and the cause of his depart was heart failure. Harry Belafonte, he was a legend. He was a legendary. He was in business for a long time. And I see he met a whole lot of celebrities down his way. He was a legendary. He was in so many movies. He was a singer. So he was in his business a long time. He gonna be well remembered. So we all gonna miss him. We all gonna miss him. So that was the update from yesterday. Um, so we also have we also got some good news. You got President Mr. Bennett. He announced yesterday he gonna re-election for 2024. So President Joe Bennett is formally announced. That he is running for re-election for 2024, asking voters to give him more time. To finish the job. What he started, he wants to finish. and attend the run of American oldest president for another 4 years. You know, so he working for the people. He working for the American. He always trying to find ways to save Social Security and Medicaid. He working on jobs. He working on all kind of projects. Trying to look out for the American. So all he's saying for all Americans, give him some more time, to let him finish the work that he started. So for his achievement, and his experience in Washington, D.C. will account for more that he are still set for a hard fought struggle. And this season here, this 2 years, the season that he been in, it was the hardest season ever. So if he were able to deal with this season, he able to go 4 more years. So he retained the president, for 2024. He preparing himself for the next season. He already know his divide. He already know all the hard struggles. He know everything he had to deal with this season here. And he is ready to go some more. So the president being a showcase, the 10,000 of construction jobs that being created since he took office. So he are supported, by legislature, and he signed into law that you, and I, together, we can turn things around, and we doing it in a big way. So Bennett said he talking big. So it's time to finish the job, and finish the job that he started. That's all he's saying. He wants to finish what he started. So I think he been doing a good job. He been trying to look out for the student with the student forgiveness loans. They shut that down, but he's still trying to fight some more. He said he gonna come up with another plan. He's trying to help in all kind of ways. So now the insulin was very expensive. It was expensive, to get insulin. For these elders who was a diabetic. But the president Biden, he got the bill price. He got the bill price passed for $35 a month. That's amazing. So for all the American who has diabetes, now they can afford their medicine. To get insulin. He got the insulin bill pass. For $35. He always looking in ways to help the American. So in the president running, I'm all in for the president running re-election for 2024. So we got a fight ahead of us. So we got others, that are running. You got Trump is running, and I don't know if the government for Florida is running too, but we all, we all gonna wish him luck or whoever the best man win. So that's on that. And the last thing, the abortion pill, Mifepristone. We still fighting for that, but to have it on hold. You can still go in the stores, you can still order, you can still get this pill for right now because it's on hold. This abortion pill, Mifepristone, it's still under the United States Supreme Court. Justice Samuel blocked the lower court ruling that imposed tightened restriction on access to this pill. So the court ruling are on hold for right now. The United States District Judge may issue a sweeping order against this pill here. Now, women all across the nation, have been using this pill for 23 years. FDA had approved this abortion pill since 2000. So it been, so I mean, if they approve it, it's good. So I still block the enforcement of banning the abortion pill, Mifepristone. So all the nation, they still blocking the abortion. So all across the nation, I block the enforcement of banning the abortion. So we still dealing with the abortion ban. We still dealing with the abortion pill. That is on hold, and they're still banning the abortion. To the ladies, the women, they need this here. I went along with the abortion because of the health complication while they're pregnant. They'll be able to have this procedure done. If the baby go in their tube, they'll be able to have the procedure done. But if you block the abortion in a woman, these women have all these complications, and you blocking it where you can't suck that out. They have to go a whole 9 months risking their life carrying something that may be dead inside of them or may cost them their life or trying to deliver something that causing them complications through the pregnancy. So that's why I agree with this here. Because they need this abortion. It's so many things may go wrong. Either they get raped. They say they don't want to count that, but I count that. If a woman get raped, a woman don't want to carry a baby 9 months, and a woman don't want to raise a rapist baby. You say you don't want to count that in, but it have to be counted in. So I block the enforcement of banning the abortion for all across the nation. Every woman needs to have this abortion done. And I also block the enforcement of banning the abortion pill, Mifepristone. I block that. They have it on hold for right now and still working on a decision what they want to do. So that's the story. That's the news on that. So I had pretty much a lot of news for today. So we talk about the mastermind. They have the person that was behind the suicide bombing. They have not identified the person or the name right now. They also talk to the family, ask them questions about their sons of the Marines that they lost. They have not identified no information either. So we talked about that. That happened like August of 2021. And they just not found the person that was behind it. Thank God they were still working on that case. So we also talk about Mr. Harry Belafonte. He passed. He departed yesterday. And he was a legend now. He was loved by so many people. He was in the business a long time, acting and singing. He had an international audience, meaning he had all different races was watching him. So that was he was an amazing person. He will be missed. So we also talked about Mr. President. He re-election for 2024. If he were able to deal with this season, he able to deal with next 4 more season. So he been doing amazing things. He been helping to American, in all kind of ways. And what he started, he said let him finish. He wants to finish what he started. And we just talked about this abortion pill. And the abortion. They've been blocking the abortion for a long time. And you have women's. One woman said her baby, the doctor said the baby dead in her, but he refused to take it out because the abortion is banned. That's why I say I block the enforcement of banning the abortion. All across the nation, these women need to have this services. So you got to continue on having this abortion in these cities. Don't look at a woman just killing a baby. Look at a woman may have complication and might need this service. Look at a woman may get raped and she might need this service. Look at a woman, the baby might go in the tube, or the baby might be deceived in the woman, and she may need this service. So you have to look at it all kind of angles of why a woman would need this here procedure done. And so many doctors scared, they risk their job and their license so they can't touch a woman or this procedure. It has to be released for all women across the nation to have this service done. And then we talked about Mifepristone, pill. It been approved from FDA for 23 years. And now all of a sudden they want to close it down. They have it on hold because they're still talking about the decision of what they're gonna do. So why try to close something down when it's been approved by FDA? You know, so I request for this pill to still be remain for all women across the nation to use this pill, and I requested and block, you know, that anything that's constant keep on holding this abortion down all across the nation, women should be able to have these procedures done when anything pop up. You know, they should be able to have this procedure done. So that's all the news I have for you on today. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see y'all on the next video.